somebody who has witnessed what has gone on here the last 5 years, were you able to kind of take a moment on Sunday when you guys are running out the clock, and what does that mean to you, having been a part of this?
You know, it's National Football League, you know, and if you've been in this thing long enough, you know, the ebbs and flows of the seasons and how they go, and then the years from year to year. Obviously, you know, it's been rough since we've been here, but to be able to get back, you know, to a winning way and be able to play in the playoffs, play in the postseason is big.
Do you think this has been Graham's best year since he's been here?
Graham's had some pretty good years here.
Yeah. Yes.
It's one of his better years for sure. I want to say a few years back he was
93, I think.
Might have been like 96. So I mean he's had some pretty good years.
The long ones are more this year than
yeah. And with that being said, you know, anytime I want to say he has 9 or 8.
It's 8 of 9. I think on 50 plus.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot of 50 plus kicks, a lot of made 50 plus kicks, and you know, when you make those big kicks like that, longer kicks, and they're also big. But that's hard to do, especially here in the Northeast where most of them have been made. So, you know, he's not in the dome in Atlanta or in Dallas, so it's tough up here to kick in the Northeast.
How comforting is that not just a special teams coach, but for a head coach to know, hey, so many of these games come down to the last possession, that this is the guy you have?
Yeah, I mean, it's huge for us. I mean, he's a weapon, you know. When you get a chance to know that at any point in time, once you cross the 50 and you get into that area where he feels comfortable, you know, that's huge. And it's a comforting feeling to know that you have a guy that can get it done when you need to get it done.
Sometimes when you have a weapon like that, you see teams kind of be more conservative and lean towards, you know, oh, well, we got this guy. It seems like he allows you guys to be more aggressive. Is that fair, and how does that change?
I agree with you. You know, because once you get to the number, you know, okay, we got a field goal. Let's try and get the first down. Let's try and get more yards or whatever. You know what I mean? Like he helps you that way.
Is there anything he's doing differently? This season that he's been able to make those, or is that just kind of evens out? Looking.
I mean, it's when you look at his percentage over the years,
he's been pretty successful.
It's been pretty good. So he's continuing to stay in his routine, and just, you know, him and Jamie have a really good, the battery of the three, Casey, Jamie, and Graham have a really good working relationship, and really relationship period. They stay together over at the hotel, so I mean they're always around each other. So I think that synergy of those three is really, really good, and that, I mean, obviously it helps on game day.
You saw Jamie had a bit of a rough patch middle of the year. Are you seeing growth and more consistency from him as we get later in the year?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's amazing. You know, yesterday he put on a show out here yesterday. He hit a lot of big punts yesterday. I mean, probably had like 7 or 8 of them that were 5+. So you see the maturation process of him. You see him getting better. He's getting more confident. Obviously, it helped that it was 63 degrees out here yesterday. It wasn't 33, but no, he's doing a lot better. He's working hard, and he's just trying to. You know, that's part of being a young punter in this league. You're just trying to figure it out, and I think he's on his way to figuring it out.
Greg, you know a lot about Giants history and war and all that stuff in the postseason. It seems like every postseason run has a big special teams moment, whether it's Tynes or the one in San Francisco. Gary Reason's going back. Do you remind your guys of that at all here?
We talk about it a little bit. We always talk about the history of the organization. But for us, the most important thing is the game out in front of us. And, you know, it's special being in this place. We always point to the wall when we're in the meeting room. We talk about, you know, Lawrence Taylor and Carl Banks and those guys playing on special teams. And, you know, it's always been a part of this organization, just big plays on teams whenever, you know, you just remember the 07 run when I was here. I mean, Dominic Hickson, you know, kickoff returns in Green Bay, and just, you know, as he really leading up into the postseason, he had an 86-yard kickoff return against New England. So, I mean, just a lot of big plays that were made by guys during the stretch. Obviously, LT's kicks, Lawrence's kicks, you know, in Green Bay, and being in that environment, and just over the years, the history of it. I mean, it's been pretty big.
What do you remember? I guess it was in week 17 back then in 07, that last week where I'm sure Coughlin came to you guys and said we're playing and all that. Just what do you remember about that week leading up to the game, obviously?
The week was, you know, coming out, I want to say we came off the Buffalo game, and it was just all the hype in New England. You know, them going 16-0, and, you know, the great Tom Brady and Randy Moss and their great defense and Bill Belichick, and that's all that was talked about the whole week. And we just went and played football.
Was Tuesday and this week more challenging to come into work given what happened on Monday?
Yeah, that was, you know, my son was here last weekend, and, you know, he's a Division I college football player at the University of Houston. And, you know, we were sitting up watching the game, and that, you know, I think about my kids. Like, I have kids his age. I have, you know, 28, 27, 20, I got kids that age. Like, that's, you know, that's as a dad, that's the first thing, you know, I'm kind of getting choked up thinking about it, but that right there, man, when you see that, it does something to you, you know, and, you know, prayers for his family and what they're going through, but man, that was tough to watch.